This is the single most insane marketing case study you'll ever be able to find on the internet with regards to two brothers that scaled to $401 million in sales within their first year of business, and in their second year of business this year projected to do $1.6 billion in sales, which makes Hims and Hers a $1 billion brand who nonetheless run Super Bowl ads look like a complete joke at marketing. And in this video, I'll guarantee you, by the end of this video, you'll be able to extract some of their elite marketing knowledge with regards to their advertising frameworks, as well as how they build and structure their quiz funnels so you can implement those strategies within your own marketing business to drive more sales and have a higher conversion rate. So we're going to be taking a look at their affiliate ad ecosystem and how they manage to capture most of the affiliate traffic by offering higher payouts, because essentially they paid out affiliates per additional acquired customer, and you'll be able to see how you can implement such a system for your own business as well. And we're going to be having a very in-depth look at one of their landing pages about erectile dysfunction, because it's going to be one of the most insane, I'm talking like elite world level tier landing pages you're ever going to see in your life. And we're going to be also tying some of the psychological effects and marketing principles that they leverage on this funnel so you can understand it, absorb it, and apply it into your own business with quiz funnels to increase conversion rate and make more money. What's really interesting is how they build up an efficient affiliate ad ecosystem, because it guarantees that they can pay a certain amount for an additional customer. And what that essentially boils down to is that he mentioned, like, on a podcast, they were spending about 30% of their own advertising for affiliates, which is a lot. It's like third, right? So on the ad library, they see around 2,900 ads when you search in MedV. So probably when they saying like 5,000, it is true, because 2,900, it does not include all of the ads that are correlated to this specific offer. But how the affiliate structure works, right, is the affiliates basically spend their own money on ads. They send traffic, and Medvi converts it via their landing page, which we'll be also diving deep into. They handle the subscription via a white labeled outsourced service. And we're also going to be talking about that because they're just using two company. One is called Open Loop, another one is called Care Validate to handle all of their fulfillment on pharmacy, shipping, prescription, physicians, right? So essentially, Mephi is operating as a drop shipping company with a elite affiliate ecosystem. So all in all, a marketing company with really good AI skills. Now, their instrumental basically system on the front end is to break even on the first order, or even make a slight loss on the first order, because they're paying affiliates so much. So they captured all this market share where affiliates were getting paid out, like they were getting paid out $350 for a single acquired client, right? And that's just a lot of money, because they don't even get paid $350 from the customer. So it's not even a break even. They're making a loss on the first order, right? Just for them to get that client through the door, because the money is essentially made in the lifetime value of the client. As you can see, the price list here, they make a loss on the first order if they're paying out 350. Not to mention that they need to pay the affiliate network a portion of that money as well. So maybe it's like 400, right? Because obviously they have affiliate networks run this one. For instance, this one's called Dinu in media. They have a bunch of other offers here. It's called Vexio, right? So you, in your business, you can also consider leveraging those affiliate networks for an attractive offer to get more customers, more additional customers at a fixed price. So that's a type of marketing that really made sure they have consistency in the cash flow that they generate, right? And what's really crazy is that their biggest competitor, or one of their biggest competitors, is only paying half that, even less, $130, right? Vital steps, so to say. So what they did is they basically pulled in all these affiliates, everybody rushed to them, and they prioritize the lifetime value of a client, which is a lot in this industry where you have monthly reoccurring revenue. So add to landing page to an assessment, and they check out, they get the doctor's approval, and then it's a recurring billing. Moving on, right? So here you have Vexio is paying out 350, max bounty 150 per lead. So that's not even an acquired customer, just for one single customer opportunity. And then they have a few different sources where they're acquiring clients like email and SMS. So it's not only Meta advertising, but most of the traffic comes from Meta. Um, and what's crazy about that is affiliates like myself and other marketers, we are obligated to acquire customers as cheap as possible because we spend our own money, right? So we have the balls on the line, and we want to basically generate a customer for 150 and sell it for 350 to this affiliate network. And this affiliate networks basically gives this customer to Medvi, who probably paid 400 for it, right? Because they paid 50 to the affiliate network and 350 to us, the marketer, so to say. And that's why there's a compliance gap, because I would just run any type of ad that Meta allows me to run to get this acquired customer, right? I don't care if it's a fake doctor or it's a before and after, and you will see some very, very insane advertisement in this industry. For instance, for erectile dysfunction, you have like shocking transformation, stay impossibly hard. I mean, this before and after is just legendary, and some very creative, very creative animation.
Here's exactly what happens inside your body when you take all 4 ED ingredients in one sublingual drop. First,
So this is a very great app because the hook is like, it's educational, right? It educates the prospect on why their product is better and what those four components do.
apomorphine hits your brain within minutes. Same signals that fire when you're genuinely turned on. Desire.
Genuinely turned on, right? So they're really hammering upon basically the pain points that they have for people that have this particular disorder. And look at how the ad, it's just an insane visual hook, right? You have a skeleton wearing a headband and a lady in lingerie. It's crazy.
Switched on at the source. Not forced, not fake. Real drive. Like you're 19 again. Then, vardenafil. Blood flow opens up fast. We're talking 10 minutes. You're ready. Hard. No waiting. Then, sildenafil stacks on top. Double verification.
This is just the craziest. This is absolutely freaking nuts. This specific visual, right? So all about driving that click and getting people curious in this advertisement. It does it really well with the visuals and the scripting.
Maximum hardness. It makes sure
Maximum hardness. There it is again.
there's no question. Finally, tadalafil settles in, keeps everything working for the next 36 hours.
36 hours. Imagine you have this problem and you couldn't even get it up for a minute, and then you hear 36 hours. So the contrast is quite obvious, right? And pairing with this visual, it definitely the click-through rate. So how many people out of 100 click must be insane on this ad.
Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday, still ready. Your brain, your blood flow, your strength, your stamina, all firing simultaneously.
So very crazy ad, and then I'm about to show you some other ones, right? Because a lot of people run just statics, super simple statics about weight loss drugs, but these also typically attract an older segment that think when you click on the picture, you just get the price. So despite how it looks, it's actually also a really nice ad, specifically for an elderly target segment. Because every young person would just scroll this away. And then you have a few really good ones. This one I like because it has that fake comment on Instagram, which makes it look organic. And that in turn basically makes people want to click because they think they're actually getting organic value and not just a random ad shown to them. But obviously all of this is quite unconscious, right? But this if you like see it's an ad in the first 3 seconds, our unconscious reaction is to scroll it away. So this one kind of counteracts that scrolling away and makes sure we hooked in because we think it's organic content in the first 3 seconds and watch it.
So I didn't think this would actually work, but yeah, my husband took 1 drop of Quad by Medvi before bed, and within 15 minutes, he was rock hard, like harder than I've ever seen. We'd been struggling for months, and I honestly thought we were done. If you're going through this, please just try it. I'm not kidding. It might save your marriage. You can get it online, so no need to go see a doctor or anything like that. They deliver it straight to your place.
Wow, just crazy, right? And then you got ads basically that look like a discount coupon, and then a bunch of other statics. But specifically, this ad is just a AI testimonial, and I can tell it's AI because there's a lot of more hand movement and the texture of his skin is not that aligned. If you want to check out how to make a video like this, I have a bunch of other ones on my channel where I legit show you how I do it live. So you can see the full workflow. But other ones that really are standing out are just basically, you got ads like that are just basically quotes that are pretty insanely good copywriting, and it also says doctor prescribed, to build that trust. But obviously that's not true. I don't know if that's true, but most probably not. I was skeptical until one scored 15 minutes. So it's really strong copywriting, I would say, and then a complete scroll stopper ad right here. Comparison ads where basically you have the with and without. So all of these frameworks you can use and apply for your own industry. And also you got the tweet ad where it just blends in with organic content. Right, and it just has this intrigue, so people want to click and know more about it. Specific ads targeting very specific target segments, like calling out nurses that they have a discount, or for instance, this testimonial ad right here.
They say the holy water's watered down.
Okay, so it's not a testimonial ad, but it's looks very organic, which is why I guess it works very well. It's been running for 46 days, as you can see. I'm analyzing this I'm basically saving all my ads with this software called Get Hooked, GTHOOKD. And it's really great because sometimes it also has stars from 0 to 5, basically it's a ranking and telling you if it's performing or not. I don't know how to calculate it, but it has some truth to it. So this type of ad does very well as well because it's educational, makes people curious, want to learn more about its benefits, right? It drives a click, and it looks also super organic, so people don't even know it's an ad, and it blends right in. And then we have basically fake news ads. They also, like in medicine, it's harder to get them approved on Meta, but here specifically, doctors are switching patients off the pill. Here's what they're prescribing instead. And you will also see a lot of like AI doctors pushing such medicine products, but they're not really compliant, so I would not recommend running such things. But they obviously drive the click as well. And then some crazy animation
happen inside a 53-year-old man's body if he took Viagra.
53-year-old man's body if he took Viagra. So really targeting a specific ICP, right? So anybody who's in that range, and most of the people who have this problem are in that age range, they're gonna look at this because it hammers down and makes them curious about what happens, what kind of problems they might encounter. So the advertisement is all about driving that visual hook with a specific framework that I've shown you. Something crazy that looks organic in most cases, right? Or something that communicates the benefit directly, like this is the price, or nurses qualify because you're this target segment, you should have this. So let's take a look.
Cialis, apomorphine, and vardenafil all at the same time. First, the apomorphine hits his brain.
So it's a very similar ad where basically you have this insane visual and it communicates the educational benefits, right? And here we can see something similar.
In a life of a woman with a broken metabolism, waking up tired and drained, overthinking every calorie, beating yourself up for not losing enough. Cravings you can't control no matter how hard you try. And when you do try another diet, you always seem to fail. I told my doctor about these struggles and she told me about Medvi. I was skeptical at first because nothing has ever worked. But this is not just another diet. GLP-1 medication, the same one behind those celebrity transformations, and it actually fixes your metabolism instead of fighting against it. Oh, once I started, my cravings went quiet like the food noise just stopped. I'm losing pounds every single week without starving myself. My energy's back, my sleep is better. I actually wanna move my body again. And here's the part that shocked me. It's only $79 a month. They keep it that low because everything runs online.
That's a lie. It's not $17.90. It's $179. So, wow.
No offices, no middlemen, just you, your doctor, and your medication shipped to your door. I got approved by a real doctor within 24 hours, and my medication shipped the same day.
That's insane.
Over 10,000 5-star reviews, and I totally get why I'm finally happy. Just take a free evaluation.
That's insane. That's the best ad I've seen. Oh my god. I think like, wow, I'm like in shock. This is also my first time seeing this. I just saved it because I thought it was decent, but completely blew me out of the park. They actually made an AI short film with music as a voiceover. I've never seen this ad before. This is printing probably. Oh my god, who's this freaking affiliate? I mean, usually these affiliates are good if they have unbranded like names. So yeah, what you can also do is just like spy on this brand and save this brand. Right, so I'm gonna save some more of their ads just to take a look because this guy obviously knows what he's doing. Probably is doing like 6 figures easily as an affiliate. But then you have like some statics, right? You can always experiment. These post-it notes work really well in some verticals. I've seen them work in business loans, so that's weird. And then very, very specific call out is your birthday March. So it drives the hook initially, right?
Anyway, I looked into all of these names: Ozempic, tirzepatide, semaglutide, whatever. And this one here, tirzepatide from Medvi. It's actually made specific, taking the old diabetes medicine and putting a new sticker on it for the weight loss crowd. But that doesn't seem to be the case, at least not here, because I checked it out. And it's actually produced here in America by FDA regulated pharmacies. So it's definitely good. After that, I mainly compared different providers, prices, reviews, how the process works. And that we're charging $200. And then they sent.
So something about this ad is that's really good. It seems organic. It's like somebody just giving you a review and actual recommendation of the product. Super, super good ad. But what's really bad is like the layover of the voice. You can see how there's a voice distortion. And what I recommend in this case is always extracting the audio and reproducing it or clone it in 11 labs and then stitch it back together again so you don't have this audio problem. But as you can tell, right, it's like these affiliates know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, oh my god, this is the same name. So it's 2 ads from the same person who is an absolute freaking killer. Oh my god, this is one of the best ads I've seen. I mean, hands down to whoever made this. Like, that's crazy. But anyways, you have pretty much contrast in advertisement is super, super important, right? Here's a before and after kind of, and it's just like a creative touch to it as well. And what you also notice that's really, really cool is that basically you have these beautiful ads as well. So you want to be testing out with everything and have every sort of format also in your industry to see what kind of is catching the viewers' attention the most, right? But let's dive straight back into the analysis because now you have kind of a good understanding of how the advertising works. Usually, I would always recommend to go into an insanely competitive vertical, right, with a very good offer and just learn from the best. As I've done right here, I've also learned some things myself, which is kind of cool. But yeah, anyways, let's go back straight into it. And then here we wanted to be taking a look at the next step, which is the landing page, because specifically what they did amazingly is Medvi has a really, really good conditional landing page. And what I mean by that is if they click on a certain criteria or button that associates them and they're not a good fit for the product, then obviously they're gonna send to a disqualification page, right? So it filters out the best type of customers and turns them into purchases, which is super, super interesting. And here you can see that it's an assessment intake form. Usually then it goes to a checkout page, doctor review, and then shipment, and goes to an auto bill, right? So basically the subscription term is also buried in fine print. So many people don't know, they like subscribe. They thought they're going to pay once, but it's actually a subscription. And basically here's how it looks like, right? We're gonna be taking a look at their specific funnels now. One of which is the Medvi personalized weight loss drug funnel. And it's just, this is the landing page that they go on. They have all these different basically companies, the badges, New York Times, Bloomberg's, Forbes, Healthline. It builds a lot of trust when people see this. Brands, very, very big brands that they recognize, because they think to themselves, okay, if the brand, like if they trust them, if it's verified by Forbes, I can trust them. So quick overview of how the benefits are in a few, like guarantee just for 179, FCA approved, yada yada. And then you have social proof, finally series about weight loss, so question, really good, right? Just hits their target pain point. So are we, fat loss made easy with personalized and GLP-1 medication. So really good copywriting on that end, showcase of the products. This is kind of crazy. It's all AI. Some statistics, but if we go to the lander, that's where it gets really interesting. So yeah, so basically it's just an intake form where they fill in their information and it gets sent to the doctor so they can see if they basically are eligible for this product or not. But what's more interesting is not this specific lander about weight loss, but the one about erectile dysfunction. Okay, and I know I'm a bit excited talking about it. I'm not weird, I promise, maybe just a bit, but this is super interesting because it is probably the best funnel I've ever seen in my life, right? So straight off the hook landing page, right? You go here, super insane visuals. So I wanted to show you this as well because I was honestly like, it is a really, really good AI made video, and it's not even filmed by humans. This is just AI, and I can see from how smooth their skin tone is, right? And then you have the 4 out of 8, 4.5 out of 8 on Trustpilot, USA made, blah blah blah, and world's first 4-in-1 formula that activates based on your desire and your body. And it's discreetly delivered, super super important. More of these trust badges, right? And then once you go into it, you see how it basically shows you speed, strength, stamina. And then you click on this and you have like all these different colors, which makes it way more beautiful and visually appealing to look and click, because we humans, we love colors, right? We love graphics, we love design, we love colors, we love pretty things. And this is all just very pretty, and the copywriting is also really on point. You deserve a better sex life, right? Um, and then here we go, basically to color theory. The color is super on point, and you're like entitled to a better S life, right? I'm not sure if I can even say that on YouTube, but what's really cool is that the education part of this lander, it shows them exactly what the benefits are. So the more they click, the more subconscious they get excited because they see all these benefits and they understand the product more. And with every click, they have a certain micro commitment to the product, right? So are you male or female? Very basic question. Do you ever have a problem getting or maintaining erection? So really hammers on their pain point, the first few questions, and also educates them about the benefits, right? It's engineered to hit both the desire and performance in a dose. And then you have all these spark desire, start fast, boost performance. And also these questions, the copywriting hits really home to their specific pain point. Do your erections last as long as you'd like? Never. But that's obviously like not for myself. It's for, I just clicked on something random. I had to clarify that. But you deserve a solution that starts. Here's that again, the entitlement framing, right? You deserve it. A solution that starts in minutes and lasts as long as you need to. And here they basically educate the prospects more with visualization, the colors, and all of that is probably built up by Lovable, Replit, any of these AI apps. So it's not even, it's really, really good because they have the 10 to 15 minutes, 4 hours to 36 hours, right? And then here they see the full potential, what the benefits are, and it's very, very colorful as well. So you can really understand the product benefits way better with visuals. something you can also implement in your own quiz funnel if you're doing e-com lead gen, right? Even for local home service based funnels such as roofing, all of these can be implemented because it's just all marketing, right? And we're all human beings and at the end. What if any ED treatments have you tried? So here they basically really filter out the prospects that have any medical conditions that do not qualify them for this product, right? So they really go dive deep, and it's a conditional format. So when they click on a certain button, that for instance they click on severe allergic reaction, it's going to get them disqualified. So they do not become a lead, and it just says, hey, you're not eligible for this, right? And they really hammer down with all these different medical questions to make sure they get like a customer that is actually qualified medically for this specific product, which is super good. Um, Obviously at scale some people are still get side effects, but this is already like top tier funnel because it just also personalizes the question based on what they clicked before. So if you click like Cialis, right, it says here, what did you experience with Cialis? So it's a dynamic form as well, which is super very, very cool to see. And then here, have you been diagnosed with this for your safety? So more disqualification. And then you get quotes sent to you that are basically like kind of testimonials, but they're probably not true. Still, like it's really cool to see because it kind of like reinforces the fact and their pain points, what they care about, right? 137%. So we human love math and statistics to also be able to compare to something. Improvement for partner in S for partner. ED can be early sign of heart disease. Do you have any of those? Date of birth, obviously, and then more quotes, right, that just hammer down these social proof and a personalized medical review by AI. And I think I tested it out. Always shows 94%. I don't know if that's psychologically 94 is just a good number to have, but it's also really, really cool to see that they have this personalization and this, hey, congratulations, confirmation that basically it's like you'll qualify, and it just releases dopamine in us and wants us to make us buy more, right? So you can basically take a look at all these theories. I had like Claude analyze it. You can take a screenshot um, and apply it in your own business if you want to. But all of these are really, really appealing strategies to make your quiz funnel convert better and to have the customer buy your products more, right? So they also tie it together very well on the last page and page, right? So for instance, here it usually will say it's like 10 minutes. So they kind of have this fake urgency for people to buy and actually like buy the product. More graphs, educating the prospect, as well as like a demonstration of the product, more statistics, right? Really good color theory, and then really, really mobile optimized page as well. You can see it's like perfectly mobile or optimized. So on laptop it looks kind of weird, but here you can also see that they have the timeline of what happens, to make sure everything as clear as possible. 5 or 10 pack, right? And then you have this social proof here, so that's also pretty good. They talk about 180 to 360 hours to make sure that they know, right? And then here basically they have the satisfaction guarantee and then more social proof from research institutions, which I don't know if it's real or not, probably not. And then more like social proof, which I don't know if it's real, but probably not. But here, yeah, prescription starts at just $140. And what's interesting is here they put the satisfaction guarantee and some FAQs right here as well. I would probably outline the satisfaction guarantee more so people know that there is no risk and they can have their money back. But I guess they have their own reasons for doing that, right? They probably A/B tested this funnel and had two versions of the funnel running simultaneously to basically optimize. So all of these strategies are pretty insane to see. And what I would probably improve on this funnel is to have like a more interactive AI chatbot, maybe on the last page, to make sure that, hey, do you want to ask any questions? You can just type with this chatbot. It's going to give you everything, right? To make sure you are 100% sure you want this product. Maybe a VSL on the thank you page, of a real doctor and just saying, hey, you can trust this. Something like that would work. Or and hammer more on the reviews that 500,000 people used it and more social proof in terms of video testimonials and more of this refund guarantee. So all of that would make the funnel even better, in my opinion. But they probably A/B tested it. So those are just some suggestions that I have, right? But this is also ties back together why affiliates love this or offer, because for affiliates all that matters is how much money they make, and because like essentially they get paid based on each acquisition, the structure where the lead comes to the landing page and converts into client, it matters a lot. It matters significantly because it determines how much money they make, right? So if the funnel is really good, like Medvi has it, they're gonna make more money because just more customers convert when clicking, right? And then it's gonna be, and that's why mainly so many affiliates like ran this offer, because it has a good payout and a good funnel to convert clicks into clients. And you also find like fake reviews on YouTube that promote this product, which is crazy to see, but is also pretty interesting. And moreover, the checkout funnel is really cool. And then the backend infrastructure, they just outsource everything based on like open loop and care validate. They do all of the work, basically the prescribing, checkout, compliance, whatever that is. And open loop actually had a data breach, so that's pretty not great. And then you have this pharmacy, which also has a lawsuit because it doesn't provide the benefits it says it does, and has maybe some side effects, right? So essentially, Medvi is a brand, a really great marketing layer, owns the customer relationship, and knows how to drive customers at scale with plus billing and insane affiliate structure. And to look at the data specifically, right? They they made 400 million with two people, and Hims and Hers made five times that with 1,000 more employees, 1,000, 1.4 thousand, 1.2 thousand times more employees, which is kind of crazy because they had 2.4K employees, which is just it's madness to even like correlate, right? Here you can take a look and just take a look, stop the video for the screenshot and the data analysis. But what you need to know is that the guy who's running this company is a fucking cracked, mad marketing genius. And here you have the total addressable market, which is also a really good strategic decision. It is very big and it's growing year over year, the ED and the weight loss market specifically. And here is like kind of the data on it, right? Very, very big pain point as well with weight loss and ED. All pain points people would gladly pay for to get sorted. And also that they basically had, what they did really well is they got like customers on the front end, and then they scaled very, very high. And the reoccurring value builds up of the customer base because it's a reoccurring product, right? And on their ED, why I know it's so successful is because the data just proves they got 50,000 customers in the first month, which is just proof what I was talking about, the funnel being so freaking fucking elite. But anyways, we go back to basically the marketing breakdown of the pricing, and here you can kind of see that they typically are subscribed for at least a year, so the lifetime value is very, very high. It's like 2,400. And the breakdown of the pricing is they charge like on the first month a bit less, right, to get the initial customer to buy, and the refill is a bit more. So that's where they essentially make the money, and why they're willing to kind of pay so much for affiliates to drive that first customer, right? You do the math yourself, and they're also in the market. They're very competitive with the pricing, as you can see here, right? And Hims and Hers applies a similar strategy as well, where they charge like absurdly low for the first month with a promotion, and then the basically the commitment is way higher on a 6 months basis, right? So 6 months upfront, but 1 month to kind of try it out. And then here you have Medvi as well, but it's all cash, which is good, right? Because then they get cash flow and can reinvest in the company, which is really nice. And oh my god, I've been talking for a long time, man, which is cool. But I kind of need to drink something. fuck it, we'll just end the video. But anyways, let's go to the post-purchase retention funnel. Don't know much about that because I'm not an ecom guy, but I think they have some crazy automation set with personalized quiz funnel emails, whatever that might be, right? And some upsells, weekly check-ins, whatever that is. But what I've also noticed specifically is that they have some problems on the consumer side, right? Basically, they said the consumers didn't know they were getting charged again on a recurring basis. They had problems with the specific medication, right? So, and I think they probably also bought some Trustpilot reviews, which is really really smart. And I would have probably done the same in their case, because 11,000 in 2 years is almost impossible to get for just organic people that review you. And then you have the problem. They had the problem that the AI customer bot was just fabricating drug prices, making stuff up. So all of that things is like the downside of making everything AI. But respect, he honored the fake prices, so respect to him. But yeah, so some really really legitimate complaints nonetheless, some lawsuits, FDA warnings, class action lawsuits against like TCPA. The TCPA thing is like kind of, yeah, it is not great because you can get sued up to 20,000 on a single claim. And then like some compliance issue with regards to fake doctors on Meta, right? So now I've looked on the ad library. Most of the fake doctor ads are gone. So they probably probably just banned everything. And yeah, Medvi as a brand, they do amazing marketing. They have an amazing affiliate system. Consumers get brainwashed on the first click and then get led to a really really crazy funnel that essentially drives the checkout. And all in all, you can basically take a look at the specific system that they created, right? You can apply the affiliate system to your business. You can also like take into account that you can actually buy Trustpilot reviews. I don't know if they are doing it or not. I just am hypothesizing with great likelihood that they are, which is smart. I would do it as well. Obviously not ethical, but I don't really care about that. But specifically that the compliance and all of that is outsourced, so they're a really really good drop shipping company with an affiliate structure, with some obviously lawsuits and problems that each business is going to eventually encounter at scale. But I hope the advertising frameworks was as helpful, because then you can kind of consume it and apply it in your own industry. I kind of do pay per lead stuff as well. So if you want to transition into an affiliate marketing pay per lead structure, I have some other videos. Go check that out if you're interested. I got a Telegram chat and you can DM me anytime on Instagram because I love to talk. All right, boys, I hope you had a great day, boys and girls, probably mostly boys. And then I'll see you on the next video. Hope everything was helpful.